If you're over 50, listen closely, because your body may be trying to warn you about something serious weeks before it ever happens. That unusual tiredness, that shortness of breath on the stairs, that pressure in your chest that comes and then goes, that ache creeping into your jaw, your shoulder, your arm, that restless night, gasping for air. Any one of these, on its own, might be nothing at all. But together, they can be the quiet warning signs of a heart attack, signs that often show up days and even weeks before it strikes. And here is the truth almost nobody talks about. A heart attack rarely comes out of nowhere. The trouble is, these early signs are so easy to brush off, so easy to blame on age, on stress, or on a poor night's sleep, that most people ignore them completely until it's too late. But the people who learn to recognize them are the ones who get help in time. And that can make all the difference in the world. Today, I'm going to walk you through what a heart attack can look like in the weeks before it happens, the subtle, easy-to-miss signals your body may send, what each one could mean, and exactly what you should do about it. This may be one of the most important videos you watch this year for yourself or for someone you love. And stay with me right to the end, because I'm going to tell you about the one warning sign that should never, ever wait, the one that means you call for help immediately, no matter what. But before we go any further, if you're already finding this helpful, do me a quick favor right now, hit that like button and subscribe. I share videos like this every single week to help you protect your health and stay strong for the years ahead, and your support genuinely helps these reach more people who need to hear them. It only takes a second, and it means the world. All right, now let's get into it. First, let me explain why your heart sends warning signs in the first place, because once you understand this, every sign we cover will make complete sense. Think of your heart as a tireless pump, pushing blood through your body every second of every day. That pump is fed by its own set of blood vessels, the coronary arteries, which deliver oxygen to the heart muscle itself. Over the years, those arteries can slowly narrow as deposits build up inside them. And here's the key. As they narrow, your heart begins to struggle, quietly, long before any dramatic event. It has to work harder to do its job, and it doesn't always get the oxygen it needs, especially when you exert yourself. That growing struggle is what produces the early warning signs. In plain terms, the weeks before a heart attack are often a slow buildup, not a sudden bolt from the blue, and your body whispers before it shouts. So let's learn to hear those whispers. The first warning sign, and one of the most common, is unusual, unexplained fatigue. I'm not talking about the normal tiredness after a busy day. I'm talking about a deep, bone-weary exhaustion that doesn't make sense, where simple tasks suddenly feel like they take everything you've got, and rest doesn't seem to fix it. This happens because when the heart isn't getting enough oxygen, it can't pump as efficiently, so your whole body runs low on fuel. This sign is especially common in women, and it can show up weeks ahead. The mistake people make is blaming it entirely on age or stress and pushing through. So if you've noticed a new, lasting, unexplained drop in your energy, don't just shrug it off. That's worth a conversation with your doctor. The second warning sign is shortness of breath. If you find yourself getting winded doing things that never used to bother you, walking to the mailbox, climbing a single flight of stairs, even lying flat in bed, take note. When the heart struggles to keep up, fluid can back up toward the lungs, and breathing starts to feel like harder work. Sometimes this breathlessness comes alongside the fatigue, sometimes on its own. The point is, a clear new change in your breathing during everyday activity is not something to ignore. It's something to mention to your doctor sooner rather than later. The third warning sign is the one most people expect, but it often shows up differently than they imagine. It's chest discomfort. Now, in the weeks before a heart attack, this is frequently not the dramatic, crushing pain you see in the movies. Instead, it can be mild and come and go, a feeling of pressure, tightness, squeezing, or fullness in the chest that shows up perhaps with exertion or stress and then eases when you rest. Because it's mild and it passes, people tell themselves it was nothing, just indigestion, just a muscle. But that on and off chest pressure can be your heart signaling that it's not getting enough blood. So please, never dismiss recurring chest discomfort, even if it's mild, and even if it goes away. The fourth warning sign catches almost everyone by surprise because it doesn't happen in the chest at all. It's discomfort that spreads to other parts of the upper body, the arms, often the left one, but also the shoulders, the neck, the jaw, the upper back, or even a strange ache in the teeth. This happens because the nerves carrying pain signals from the heart can be felt in those nearby areas, something doctors call referred pain. So an unexplained recurring ache in your jaw, your shoulder, or your arm, especially if it comes on with effort and eases with rest, can be a quiet signal from your heart. Most people would never connect a sore jaw to their heart, and that's exactly why this one is so dangerous to overlook. The fifth warning sign is one that strikes at night and it ruins your rest. It's sleep disturbance. Many people, looking back after a heart attack, recall that in the weeks beforehand they couldn't sleep well, waking repeatedly in the night, sometimes suddenly short of breath, sometimes with a vague unease they couldn't name. If you found yourself newly unable to sleep through the night, or waking up gasping and having to sit upright to catch your breath, that pattern deserves attention. Your heart doesn't clock off when you sleep, and trouble at night can be just as meaningful as trouble during the day. The sixth warning sign is easily mistaken for a simple stomach problem. It's indigestion, nausea, or a queasy, uneasy feeling in the stomach, sometimes with a cold sweat or a clammy feeling. People reach for an antacid and think nothing more of it. But the heart and the digestive area are close neighbors, and heart trouble can masquerade as an upset stomach, particularly in women and in people with diabetes. So if you're getting unexplained bouts of nausea or indigestion that don't fit what you ate, especially paired with any other sign on this list, that's a combination worth taking seriously. And the seventh warning sign is one of the most overlooked of all: swelling and a racing or fluttering heart. When the heart is struggling, fluid can build up in the lowest parts of the body, so you might notice your ankles, feet, or legs becoming puffy and swollen, especially by the end of the day. You may also feel your heart racing, pounding, or fluttering in an irregular way for no clear reason. Both can be signs that your heart is under strain. In plain terms, when the pump falls behind, fluid backs up and the rhythm can go off, and your body shows it. Now, let me pause and say something important, because I never want to frighten you needlessly. Every single one of these signs can also be caused by something far less serious. Fatigue, breathlessness, indigestion, poor sleep, swelling, they all have many possible explanations, and most of the time it is not your heart. So the goal here is not panic, it's awareness. The real warning is when these signs are new, when they're unexplained, when they keep coming back, or when several of them show up together. That pattern is your cue to see your doctor and get your heart checked, calmly and promptly. Catching a problem early, while there's still time to act, is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. And let me quickly tell you who needs to be especially watchful, because some people carry more risk. If you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or diabetes, if you smoke or used to, if you carry extra weight around the middle, if you've been under heavy stress, or if heart problems run in your family, your risk is higher, and these warning signs deserve even closer attention. If that's you, please don't wait for a dramatic moment. Talk to your doctor about your heart now, while everything is calm. The good news, and there is real good news, is that so much heart trouble is preventable, and it's never too late to help your heart. Keeping your blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol in a healthy range with your doctor's guidance, staying active, not smoking, eating more vegetables, beans, whole grains, and fish while easing off processed foods and excess salt, managing your stress and protecting your sleep, all of these genuinely protect your heart. Your heart has beaten for you billions of times without ever asking for thanks. A little care now is how you keep it strong. Now here is that one warning sign I promised, the one that must never, ever wait. If you ever feel chest pain or pressure that is severe, or that lasts more than a few minutes, or that comes along with shortness of breath, breaking out in a cold sweat, nausea, lightheadedness, or pain spreading into your arm, jaw, neck, or back, do not wait, do not lie down and hope it passes, and do not drive yourself anywhere. Call your local emergency number immediately. This is the difference between the slow warning whispers we've talked about and the emergency itself, and when it comes to your heart, every single minute matters. Getting help fast can save your heart muscle, and it can save your life. And remember, in women, in older adults, and in people with diabetes, these emergency signs can be quieter and less obvious, so when in doubt, make the call. It is always better to be checked and reassured than to wait and wish you hadn't. So let's bring it all together. In the weeks before a heart attack, your body may whisper its warnings: unusual fatigue, shortness of breath, chest pressure that comes and goes, aching that spreads to the arm or jaw, disturbed sleep, unexplained nausea, and swelling or a racing heart. None of these alone means disaster, but when they're new, unexplained, recurring, or arriving together, they are your signal to see your doctor and protect your heart. And if the emergency signs strike, you call for help right away. Now, I would love to hear from you. Have you, or someone you love, ever noticed any of these warning signs before a health scare? Share your story in the comments below, because your experience might be exactly what opens someone else's eyes and helps them get checked in time. And tell me, which of these signs surprised you the most? I read every comment, and your voice matters here. And one last important thing before we close. Everything I've shared with you today is for educational purposes only, and it is not a substitute for personalized medical advice. The signs we covered can have many causes, and only a doctor who examines you can tell you what's truly going on with your heart. So please, take any concerns to your doctor, keep up with your regular checkups, and if you ever suspect a heart attack, call emergency services without delay. Your awareness today could be the very thing that protects your tomorrow. Take good care of yourself, look out for the people you love, listen to the quiet signals your body sends, and never be afraid to ask for help. Your health is worth it. I'll see you in the next video.